Sliding into your screen is not just any coffee bag. It's a Roastar coffee bag. No need thousands. Personalized just 25 in Roastar's Design Lab. No design experience needed. Choose a pattern, add your logo and text, or create something memorable with AI. Being made in the Midwest, you can expect it on your doorstep in no time. Now that was smooth.
Hey everyone, good morning, and welcome to the Coffee People Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Wolt. I recently spent a long weekend in Houston, Texas at the Specialty Coffee Association Expo. I had lots of coffee there. It's an annual convention that draws guests from all over the world, and our presenting sponsors at Roastar invited me to join them in their convention floor booth. My collaborator on Nick and Ryan Drink Coffee, Nick Schmidt, curated some excellent interviewees to help us launch Season 14. Yes, you heard that right. Season 14. I honestly don't believe it either. If you're watching this show on Apple, Spotify, or one of the other big podcasting sites, thank you. And know that you can see all of our SCA interviews on our YouTube channel at Roast West Coast Podcasts. That link is in the bio, and we dropped all of those shows at once. If you're watching there on YouTube already, thank you so much. We are trying to grow that channel. The link to our newsletter, roastwestcoast.com, and to roastar.com, and to the websites of our special show guests at SCA can be found in the notes wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. It's probably right there below. Thanks for clicking through those. It actually helps us know if people are listening and paying attention. And now, I hope that you, like me, have a dang good cup of coffee at the ready, because it's time for another Coffee People Podcast. What? We are live? Good morning. Welcome to the Coffee People Podcast. I'm here with a guest. What's your name and the name of your coffee company?
Hi, I'm Charley from Chloé Cà Phê out of Sacramento, California.
Very cool. Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to shake hands. This is our first live interview, so we're figuring it out as we go. The name of your company, Chloé Cà Phê, named after your daughter, based in Sacramento. What is the coffee scene like in Sacramento?
So the coffee scene in Sacramento is, I wouldn't say for lack of a better word, exploding right now. A lot of shops opening up, ourselves as well. We signed a lease in November and turnkey by February. So very quick turnaround, but we've been very welcomed by the local community because there's so many of us trying to present such a different story amongst each other.
Very cool. You focus kind of specifically on Vietnamese coffees. What's the role of coffee in Vietnamese culture?
So in Vietnamese culture, coffee is not just to drink. It's a place for us to find time to sit down with a friend, chill, have a conversation like we're having right now. Maybe it's on a busy street, maybe it's in a secluded area, but it's a time to kind of just stop and really share the one thing we can't buy as humans, which is time. So coffee culture is very important to us. It's more than just getting out there, getting a drink and going. It's really about stopping.
One of the things that's been in the news for the last couple of years, especially with climate change, Robusta coffee.
Yep.
I know you guys have Robusta. What's it been like working with that and getting people to understand what it is when they come in the shop?
So excellent question. One of the hardest challenges about what we're bringing to the market as far as Robusta and what Vietnamese people, as far as what I would like to try to do is represent Vietnamese farmers and producers doing something different. They would actually like to use the word fine row. So fine Robusta, it's very different from just your traditional commodity level Robusta. It's a totally different varietal. It's grown different, harvested differently. And what they want as far as bringing to the table is it doesn't have to be cheap. It could taste great. It doesn't need to be a blend. As far as bringing it to the market in America and Western culture, I believe that it's slowly catching on, but it's how do we get past that whole, for lack of a better word, jittery feeling when you drink Vietnamese coffee.
Sure.
But a lot of what Vietnamese coffee culture in the past have grown to sell is to Italy, Germany, and Russia. Because those were the countries that we could trade with during Vietnam's embargoment. So our coffee is groomed to be punchful. If you go to Italy and you get a powerful shot of espresso, it's Robusta, and people are okay with it. But Vietnamese coffee in America is kind of associated with jitteriness. You get the shakes. So we're having a little bit of a hard time, but for those who like the stronger coffee, it's actually, we run out of coffee a lot of times because people want so much of that fine Robusta, creamy, coconutty taste with some milk in there.
I feel like it's almost a more traditional, like older generation that would like it would appeal to because they're used to that like oomph in their coffee, or they're trying to get there. And then it's just a matter of like teaching people, hey, we got this thing that we're working with. We're not just treating it like the old big companies were. We're treating it like specialty and creating an experience for you. You, I hope it's all right to say this, but you have a daughter. I believe the namesake of your business.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family business. What does it mean to you to have your daughter grow up in a small business and see what you and your partner are doing?
It means the world to me because one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to get into coffee was the fact that I lost my father in December 2023. And I was looking around and like, man, I've always wanted to be a father because I grew up without a father, but I'm traveling a lot for our other business. I'm never home. And then Chloe's growing up. By that time, she was like 14 months, and she was starting to remember and not remember. So it was very important for me to show her that I'm around, that she can remember me. And having her in the shop as we're like experiencing things, we have cars in our shop, so she's in the car, she's playing around with the Porsche cars, or she's running around chasing after the dogs because we're very dog friendly. It's very much the childhood that I didn't get to have, but it's something that we want to be with her through this journey because we have the two entities kind of separate, like the daughter and the shop. We named it after her, but we want to be as proud of the shop as we are of her, because we are representing Vietnamese coffee at a very different level than what most people are associated with Vietnamese coffee in America.
That's very cool. I remember thinking like my parents, they were always around, but they were always working. And so looking back as an adult, I have a different perspective, like how much I learned. There's a reason I have two brothers and we all run our own businesses now. You know, we take those experiences with us, whether we realize it or not. What does the future hold? What does the future hold for Chloé Cà Phê? You know, what do you want people to know about what you guys are doing up in Sacramento?
What does the future hold for us? It's kind of turbulent times right now, but we're very much focused on staying true to the course of bringing Vietnamese specialty coffee through with Fifth Wave to Sacramento and all of America. We ship direct to consumer, and we also sell B2B. So other shops, like we have a couple shops we're supplying out here in Texas and some in Colorado that are looking to bring Liberica, THA1, and a lot of like fine Robusta to America or served in their shop. So for us, we want to stay true to the course of selling that direct to consumer and B2B. We have the shop mainly because we want to stay home with our daughter and hang out with her. But if we get too sidetracked on trying to do the retail side alone, it's not really what we're looking for. We love our customers. We just want to find a way to share all of our coffee to the rest of America, because we're a coffee brand, coffee business, not just a coffee shop. And that's one of the biggest things that we want to try to stick forward to make sure that our future grows the way we want to, so that we can help the farmers and producers. Because we do buy direct, and we source. We go back to Vietnam twice a year, so we do source direct. We go as far as buying the coffee, bringing it to America, roasting it here, and also shipping a couple of 12-ounce bags back to Vietnam, so the farmers and producers can see the coffee, see their name on the bag, be proud of it, and also give us feedback, because we know Sacramento, we know America better than they do, but they know their product a lot better than we do. And for a lot of these smaller farmers and producers, this is the first time their brand gets to be next to a Porsche car, a La Marzocco, doing a podcast like this, and get to present that, they also too can serve great coffee. Just like a lot of the coffee, we'll say legacy brands in South America and Africa.
That's very cool. How can people find you? How can they support you? And also, just before you can disagree, let me know when you're going to Vietnam and I'll tag along next time.
Yeah.
Online, in person, how can people find Chloé Cà Phê?
So Chloé-Cafe, that's CLPHE.com. So that's where you can find a lot of our product. Right now, as you know, of tariffs, we're going through a little bit of a turbulent times. We had to pause our shipment, but we should be fully restocked by end of May. All of our coffee sells out within a week. It's very much like we'll bring in a couple tons and it'll be gone. Mainly because we're so different. Everybody sources from a couple of different people in South America or Africa, but we source from the whole country of Vietnam. So we're able to kind of give you Arabicas, give you Liberica and Fine Row from so many different producers and offer such a different taste. And well, if you're in Sacramento, you can come to our shop and see a cool car or some dogs to hang inside.
I'm stoked. I'm going to be in Sacramento in June. I'm going to stop by and swing in. Charlie, thank you so much for joining the podcast. I'm really excited that you were here.
Thank you so much for having us, man. I really appreciate it. It's our first time at Expo, so we're trying to just take it all in right now.
Welcome.
Yeah.
So we can just jump right in. So this is your coffee bag. How did you come up with this design? Like, what's unique about this to you guys?
Yeah, so we have two lines. We have our traditional retail bag, and we also have our reserve bag. So we took a picture of Chloe, literally a photo of her, and we had a artist draw it, and then a tattoo artist, a fine line tattoo artist, kind of refine things, put a little bit more feminine touch to it. But for this, it's mainly her big old head. We worked really hard to make sure it's size proportion. And then on the retail bag, we wanted to keep it simple. We wanted to keep it where it's like, if you walk up to this in a store, like let's say your local co-op or your local grocery stores, this is not probably going to stick out to you because it's just a simple color. But the whole premise behind this was the fact that like it's very like if you know, you know. Like if you see the word Chloe or you see the brand, you know. Like we're the only ones that can carry certain particular things from Vietnam. So if you see the word Chloe, that's all you need to see, right? What we really wanted to highlight on the bag was the story. So one of the things we really worked hard on with Roastar is making sure that all the sizing is correct. So Vietnamese fifth wave coffee fits perfectly between the degassing valve and the zip, right? You're gonna see that every time you unzip. We're very mindful of the first catch part of our story, which is Crystal's family started the first Vietnamese coffee shop in Sacramento. We come from a heritage or a legacy of like making sure that the coffee shop is not just a place to grab drinks. It's a place for our community to come and hang out. A lot of Vietnamese immigrants in the 1980s and 80s and 90s of Sacramento did not have a place to hang out or a place that they could call their own. So our shop looks to preserve that legacy of having a place for people to come in, chill, have a conversation, and kind of like have a pairing of like your older parents and your younger generation of Vietnamese Americans and Vietnamese immigrants. And it's also a place for Americans in general to come in and experience our culture. Our bag also has on the side a very unique thing of like the map of Vietnam, but it's also letting you know that we work with the farmers directly. We don't have a broker, we don't have an importer, it's us buying directly from the farm, and we work with the logistics teams to get our coffee here. Every bag that we roast, or every varietal or species that we roast, we send a couple of these 12-ounce bags back to Vietnam so the farmers and producers can get to see their name on the bag and to kind of have something to present to other, coffee companies to say, hey, like, we have a great product. Here's a company in America that's using our product, and it's in a really nice bag. It's not just a throwaway Amazon bag. We are willing to really put our money where our mouth is to spend and go further on quality products. And then lastly, the biggest part is we do all this for Chloe. So a little bit of this on our side, our mission statement for our daughter.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You know, Charlie, you've already made this like the easiest interview that I've done today. Yeah. It's also the first one, but I think you've set the standard for everybody coming in. Yeah. I really appreciate you, and we're stoked about this bag. Also stoked about Roastar because they sponsor the show, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, they are a great company to work with. I implore anyone to do their research very, very solidly and check them out, because the online platform as far as designing and redesigning and then getting your first sample or proof and then redesigning again has been very smooth for us. The team has been super wonderful. When you call, you speak to someone, you're not speaking to a robot. So that's the touch points that I really like that we can't find anywhere else.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Charlie.
All right.
Very cool. I'm going to double check. Hang on one second. This one is flashing. Oh, that's yours.
Yep.
That's why I'm confused. I was like, what's going on, man? There we go. Yeah, we want to make sure we got the green one up, ready to rock and roll. This will be some fun editing. Thank you. Too many people have too much technology. Hopefully we got all that. I'm sure we did.